I'm going to run over some common questions that people throw at me when they come for training. And some of these might seem quite obvious, but they're not to some people. So, common questions. Is my dog allowed on the bed? So, this is completely up to you, and this is completely up to your dog's behaviour. If your dog will jump up when you ask it to and jump off when you ask it to, then I don't see any problem. If it's guarding you from your partner or guarding your partner from you when you're trying to get on the bed, then this can be an issue. If you ask your dog to get down and it won't do, this can also be an issue. But if your dog doesn't have any behavioural issues, if it's quite happy and quite a nice dog and doesn't mind being on the bed and coming down when it's asked to, no problem with your dog sleeping on the bed. Should I let my dog bark at the gate? I don't particularly mind dogs barking at the gate unless their behaviour escalates outside of the house. So if your dog is reactive, if it's pulling, lunging at other dogs, then I would not let them bark at the gate because it's rehearsing a bad behaviour. So practice barking at the gate just to get into bad habits to do it more when they're out on a walk. Next one. Should I tell my dog off for peeing or pooing in the house? So this one is very common, especially amongst young dogs. So the best way to go about this is to give your dogs adequate opportunity to go outside. And this can be quite strenuous, quite tedious, quite time consuming, but get your young dog out as often as possible, over and over and over, even if it's a once every hour, entire day. It should only take a day, maybe 2 days, if you can get into good habits of letting them out at specific times. Treat them, give them loads of fuss, give them loads of rewards when they go to the toilet outside. If you do catch them peeing or pooing inside, depending on the rage, if they're an adult dog, I would consider, making a marker. No, that's not allowed. Quickly get them outside. If the dog has peed or pooed in the house and you're not there, or you're not there at the specific time that it's doing it, do not punish or scold your dog afterwards. It's just not fair. You have to catch it in the act to punish the behaviour. Otherwise, like I say, go the positive method, get the dog out as often as possible and reward it when it goes outside. Last one. What do I do if my dog won't stop biting me? So, I get this all the time. So, dogs don't have fingers. They don't have anything to feel with. Even if they did have fingers, they've got big, thick leather paws pads on the hands, on the fingers, on the paws. So, they can't feel anything, so the only way for the dog to experience things other than with its eyes, ears, nose is with its mouth. So if a dog finds something interesting, it's going to put its mouth on it. And this includes your hands, your feet, your trousers, your jumpers, all things like that. Very normal, very natural. A lot of dogs will grow out of it on their own. However, I would go with the idea of you tolerate what you can tolerate. So if someone has got big farmer hands, big thick leather sausage fingers that don't feel anything the dog's chewing, it might not bother them at all. If you've got little soft hands like me, little weak hands, then it might be quite painful when your dog's chewing on you, and that's when you'd put the boundary in place. So if you don't mind it, your choice. You can tolerate it until the puppy grows out of it. If it's painful, then put a stop to it. For a dog to reduce its behaviour, you have to make something unpleasant. For a dog to increase its behaviour, you have to create something pleasant. So if every time your dog bites you, you go, ow, 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 ooh, and move your hands around, what you're doing, you're creating a game. It's very pleasurable for your dog and it's going to do it more and more. For your dog to dislike it, if it's chewing on you, biting on you, a strong no should suffice with a lot of dogs. If that doesn't work, then you can use a lead, you can use body language, body pressure, anything that makes your dog think this isn't worth doing, and go from there. I mean, at the very least, make it not rewarding, so you're not flailing about saying, making high-pitched noises and letting the dog chase your hand. So, very least, make it unrewarding. So, leave your hand there, make your hand go dead and boring if you can. It's just going to make it less interesting to the dog.